guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to lift a Cummins 2500. So we got this one here. Last time we did a 3500, not much difference in these this to the 3500 as far as the kit goes, but we'll show you that kit right now. So what we got here today is a Rough Country 3-inch lift. Comes with coil springs, 1-inch blocks for the rear, U-bolts, and replacement shocks. Got the hardware there. So first thing to do, jack up the vehicle. Get some jack stands underneath it. Of course, got tire blocked. As always, James.
Hello.
Alright, so what this kit's going to require is pulling off the coils, the shocks. We want to start by taking that brake line holder there so that we have enough slack for the axle to drop without damaging the brake line or ABS sensor line. We're also going to be detaching the sway bar so that doesn't hold us on pushing the axle down also. Alright, so next here we got the top of the shock. You can actually get from under the hood there, the right extensions, be able to get that pulled out. So the bottom of the shock, you've got the fixed nut, and then the bolt is actually accessible from the side here. So you can put a ratchet with an extension right in there. That removed, when we drop the spring, we can pull the shock out. If you're changing just the shock, you could actually unbolt these 3 bolts on the shock tower and then pull it out the top. But since we're removing the whole coil, we'll just do it all in that shock. Alright, now that we're all loose, you've got the brake lines loose, sway bars removed, and the shocks are loose. We still got the bolt in the bottom of this one, but that's no big deal. Everything's off the top. We're going to go ahead and lower the jack and drop this down.
Coming down.
And that all comes apart. Gives us the clearance. And we'll get that shock pulled out. Pull out. Alright, so now that we got some room there, be able to get that pulled out.
Pressing into our shocks. Get out of there.
And just like that, pull things out.
Ta-da!
And now that we got the factory spring out, we can put it up next to the new one, and you can actually see the difference there. A little heavier duty, definitely got a little bit of lift. So with the coil out, we went ahead and cleaned the ring of this, got all the dirt off there. The donut stayed up in there, and that gives us our notch, so we know that the coil needs to be notched forward. So with the shock in the coil, we got that band on it so it's not expanded. We'll just set that back in.
That spring's gonna need a little compression.
Alright, so we did have to break out the spring compressors to give us just a little bit more clearance to get that pushed into place. And just like that, It's in place. And take the spring compressors off, go get the other side in, and then we'll turn the coils the way they need to be and slowly put some weight back on it. Alright, so now we got the coil in there. We've got our little strap holding the shock. We ran the lower bolt in. That way it's all straight. Now we'll go ahead and clip this. And as it goes up in there, just let it go where it needs to go. So now that we're all back together, we can put the brake line ABS line back. Just like so. And now we can put the sway bar back. And we want to leave this side loose until we get the other side lined up also. Alright, now the front's all back together. Everything all tightened back up. Sitting good. So for the back, I just need to take the U-bolts off, add in the block, take the chocks off, change them out.
There we go. That's one. Alrighty guys, when you do any kind of lift with leaf springs, you only want to do one spring at a time, because if you do both, it will cause something that's called dog walking, which is when, say, you follow a guy on the road and it'll look like his truck's kind of sideways as it drives down the road. Axle sides move forward or back. The only way to fix dog walking is going and getting a four-wheel alignment to re-straighten it. Now that the shocks are off, we can take off the nuts and drop the axle so we can get the spacers in there.
So we have a 1-inch block here. Anytime you're dealing with blocks, a lot of times they're going to be wedged so that you have a narrower going towards the front, which will tilt the driveline. This is only a 1-inch, so it's actually 1 inch on both sides. So no wedge this time.
Alright guys, let's just kind of lower the axle enough for me to put the spacer in there. Ready when you are, Dad? that I've torqued these down a little bit, after about 100 miles, me and my father like to check them and torque them down again, and after 500 miles, do it again. Check them, torque them down. They're super tight.
Ready? You got your bolt ready?
Pull. Don't get stuck. That wasn't that cool, honestly. Pull the bushes for the squishy?
No, that one was tight. Well, there we go. That one's all done. She's looking a little better, a little higher. Turned out okay. And as always, I thank you guys for tuning in. And if you've noticed following my Instagram, I've been kind of dropping hints that I've been getting some parts for the OBS. I've got one more part coming in today, and that'll complete the puzzle coming up on that. So definitely stay tuned, and so be sure to tune in for the OBS build. Got some interesting things, well, really cool things coming up for that. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.